Linda, you are a rock star of being first in. I think there's maybe only been once or twice that you haven't been the first one in here. Let's see if anybody else makes it. I figured it would be nice to put some of the stuff we learned all in one show so we can just go back and refer to it and get it all pretty quickly rather than spaced out over a whole bunch of shows. And I think I'm asking for help with this for whoever sees it after too. Hey, Olin. Hey, Richard. I'm feeling pretty good, except I did a silly thing earlier. I forgot to put my silver on and felt like I got shot in the arm. Literally, it felt like it. And my arm just felt like it was going to fall off. Now, here's the thing. Well, I put the silver on and it started to go away. So this is definitely an energy thing. Definitely. It's got to be. If I put the silver on and it starts to go away, this is an energy thing. And this is it. Lucid on her show. I went to her show to sell a few stones because I need to get some sold so that I can get some of the other stuff we need. The prices are darn fair, let me tell you. Of everything that I sell, I try and make it as fair as I can. So, and they agreed, over at Lucid, they agreed. I'm not overcharging anybody for anything, but I do need to get some stuff sold so that we can have some money to get some other stuff. So, but the thing is it's been so cold. We got another storm front moving on. Please be patient. I'm going to try and get entries out tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow it will be in the post, and I'm praying that it gets there soon because she sounds like she needs it. I'm trying to think of what else I could also do in that case. But I was thinking Lucid was saying she felt like it. She kept saying at the end of her show, I got to get off soon. It feels like my arms are going to fall off. I'm like, what if she's got the same problem? You know what? I think she probably does. I hope she comes in tonight. If anybody, talks to her regular, let me, I would like to ask her. I think I'll send her my number and see if she wants to just try, talk about it. But honestly, if you've got, this is severe ache. This is a severe pain. And it's in a wildly different effect when you're wearing the silver material, when you're wearing this blocking material. And I expect it would work for most blocking material because it's, it's an EMF problem. As we know, smart meters are another thing, not just the 5G, but the smart meters affect people. And we did have a notice that smart meters were being put in here about the time that I started having problems, really big problems. So in a very large way, not a, maybe not an individual way, but in a very blanket sort of way, yeah, that's an attack. And we got to be ready for that kind of thing. be geared up. So if you're having major pains like that, we got to think of this. Now, I have some cheaper material than this pricey silver stuff I've found. And it's just, you'd have to wear it over close to make sure that you didn't get any reaction from the nickel if you are one of those people that gets reaction from nickel. But I could make you a nice little cloak to wear out of that too, and it would be a lot cheaper, like maybe only 25 bucks. But you need something. And I mean, if you can find it yourself, that'd be fine too. I don't care. Just start protecting yourself. Hi, Max. You know what, Linda? I'm going to try and fix that because, like Max said, he throws love at him. I recommend that. It doesn't always work for me. I've found that it doesn't always work. But we could maybe generate such an extremely high love frequency shield. And this is what I've been thinking, that it actually hurts them to be around us. We could. If we decided to put our minds together and our heads and our hearts together on this. And I'm thinking of using a stone person, ally, to hold that down for us. We could probably generate a very strong, it would in effect be a love shield. I want to hear your thoughts on this. You're naked under your poncho. Okay, Max. Yeah, well, you obviously don't have a problem with the nickel, but some folks do. And Etrie's one of them. And she's one that needs she needs the help. And lucid. And you know, a lot of us who need this are really sensitive to stuff. And I don't know, maybe the sensitivity was cultivated intentionally by whoever, to make sure that it would be harder for us to get what we need. I don't know if you want to go that way. But hey, Olin, I know that's a really weird thing to say, though, generating a love field as a shield, but that is actually something that actually has a lot to do with the story of deer, the deer card. It's let me move the light a little. It's a little. Whoa! Here, maybe I'll do it this way. There, I don't know. I'm gonna check on it and see. I think it's possible, though. That's one, and that's a non-harmful thing. I mean, you're not harming anybody doing this, except you're driving the dark stuff crazy, which is good. Oh, you mean you have to move towards it so it runs? Hey, okay, Max, we can practice that because, hey, I'm for love, you know. I don't have a problem with that. It's free. I'm glad you added that because really, like I said, I've tried it a few times. It doesn't always work with some things. They just kind of stand there, still act out. But it does make you less vulnerable. One of the things I don't recommend ever is allowing yourself to fear ever. As soon as you fear, you're a target. You know, that doesn't mean ignore the signals you're getting when your guts are telling you this is a bad thing and you should get out of here now. You should listen to that, but not fear. And if you find yourself fearing, you got to grab yourself, say, look, the God in me, the divine in me, I'm divine. I'm more powerful. But I'm backing out of here because I just don't want to have to deal with this kind of energy right now. This is not something I have to subject myself to. I think that may be why I'm still here, though, is that I do generally, yeah, even if it scares the crap out of you at first, you've got to grab yourself and say, no, I'm not afraid of this. It's training. We're going to need this later, too. Maybe some of them, you know what, Max? Maybe some of them are doing that, and I just don't even know it. Because somebody did come up one time and tell me, well, you're all love, so you don't even understand half of this, and then went on to something. And I'm like, I am? Oh, maybe I am. Maybe that's how I survive a lot of this. I don't even know it, but I love all of you. So it won't be hard. I'll just think of how much I love you all. And I'll just put that shield around us all right now. Right. They want to scare you. They'll look very threatening. That is the lesson of the deer card. Is that don't let it stop you from doing what you need to be doing. Then again, you don't want to like throw yourself off a cliff or something stupid, just, if you're walking into something and you don't want to walk into it and you don't want to mess with it, there's no shame in backing out of that. But if there's something you got to do, you got to do it. You can't, yeah. Well, I think that's probably, yeah. I think what I'm going to do with entities here on out, because I have thought of them always as, I have been thinking, and it works, I have been thinking of them as this is a manifestation of energy, not a real creature, like the things that were in Micah. But what if that's not so? What if I need to be sending them all into the hands of, for instance, Lord Kazumi, who deals with lost animals? What if they're all misplaced creatures and they don't know it? all of these things. And what if I start treating them like they are misplaced creatures? Perhaps then that's the next step. Because I've been thinking of them more as thought forms. But we already know we are getting some misplaced creatures here. So maybe that is, yeah, I think I'm going to try that. Always sending them because yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Olin, that's probably a good idea. I mean, nature is very healing. And yeah, some are lost. Well, we have the Lords of Light to call on. I will be doing shows about the Lords of Light. That's what we call them for lack of another thing to call them. But these beings, that's their job, is to help us with these things. They have jobs, functions. Now here in the Matrix, it's their hologram that you're dealing with. And for a while, the virus had control of the holograms, some of them. Not for everybody, but some people were looking through and seeing grays. But I think that is due to the fact that the virus had gotten copies of these programs and were aping that, so to speak. But they really exist, and they really do work. I mean, I know people who use them all the time, and it's no gimmick. Okay, it's real. But you do find people who use them as a gimmick, though. That's just the thing. You do find people who use and abuse everything. But I will be doing some shows on who they are, which ones to call in which situations, you know, which ones are the most helpful in certain situations. We need to know that. Because they're there to help. I mean, why aren't we taking every resource we can? You know? So, yeah, I'm just getting, that's one of the things I'm getting for you guys is we're going to go through them and what they do, what their specialties are. Although, you know what? Most of them can do nearly anything. But they have specialties that they do better than other things. Okay, tell us about Q-Link. Like I said, I want to hear what is working for you, too. We all need to know. And if you want an invite, okay. Another thing that I have to say, hey, I am Pam. Chris is in. Hi, Chris. I almost missed you coming in. Sneaking in the back door again, are you, Chris? Like a tardy school kid. Okay. I'm teasing. Okay. We need a website. You need a website, but I need help with a website. Anybody know how to do that? Anybody can help with that? Because we need a place where we can store our information. in case YouTube goes down. That's been on my mind because YouTube is so freaky lately. It's flaky as hell. We need a place where we can store our information and not lose it all. So I think we're going to have to get a website. As big of a challenge as that looks like to me, because I've had websites before and they really challenged me. I'm sorry. I wish I was more of a geek, but you know, I was actually doing this before I really knew what I was doing too. I still don't know what I was doing. I had made a couple of websites, but there's so much to them that I still don't understand. So I am putting out the call for help on that. If that's actually something we need, then I need some help with it. So, okay, I'm going to run down a list of products again, what they do. Regal Zetox being way up there at the top. If you're having any kind, and you think you're having any kind of toxicity issues, and I can say this because it is a sort of a, what do they call it? You can tell your own personal story. You can't recommend, diagnose, or treat anything, but you can tell a personal story, that's allowable, that it helped you. And yes, it did. I mean, I had such a bad toxicity problem when my fillings were falling out and stuff. I had just got worse and worse and worse, and I think that's probably how I got, you know, plus breathing black mold for 18 years. At one point, my ankles swelled up to the size of not my calves. I didn't have cankles. I had thankles. They were the size of my thighs. And I could barely walk. It was like having casts on both legs, if you can imagine. Huge, scary. Lucky they didn't break open. I had to really be careful that they didn't break open. And at this time, you got to realize I had no car. I could barely afford a bus. Sure couldn't afford a cab. And winters were very hard. But fortunately, I found Zetox. And it has to be micronized so it can get into your blood. And it's fine to take it. The other stuff is like sand, I'm telling you. It'll help your colon. It'll help your stomach. It will not get into your blood, though. You need the micronized stuff. For that, you need Zetox. Okay, Regal Zetox. It runs 20 to 25 bucks. It'll be well spent. You can get it off Amazon. If you have Prime, you can get a good deal. Sometimes they have real good deals on it. Sometimes they bring the price down. Now, this guy that makes this, he says it takes a lot to make this, and they should be charging a lot more, but he keeps the price down because he knows people really need it. He is a nice guy. The people who put this out are good people. I'm not sure what you mean, Linda. Stop taking it. CBD oil. I'm not sure I understand that exactly. Are you saying there's a lot of lead and toxins in some of the CBD oil? There's a lot of lead and toxins in your tea. You know, you can get tea and some of it doesn't get washed until you put it in hot water, till you dump the bag in hot water. Yee. Really got to be careful. But it's hard to avoid, very hard to avoid all toxins. It's just hard. This is a very toxic time we're living through here. Very toxic. And we need to be aware of that and take steps. Oh, black market stuff. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Good night, Olin. Have a good one. Good night, Olin. Have a good one with the young one. Good luck with the young'un. Okay, here's Max. You're on. Oops, he's not quite ready. Yeah, reputable supplier of CBD. And honestly,
Almost ready.
you have to
How's
be
it going,
careful.
guys?
I'd rather grow my own, frankly. I'd rather just grow my own, not have to worry about it, but we don't have that in Ohio yet. Anyway, hi, Max. How you doing? Yeah, I need to
Hi, how you
source
doing?
a good supplier that isn't too expensive. Okay, we need to start looking for a good supplier that isn't too expensive. Maybe we could get bulk and get a deal just like with the stones and other stuff. Aha. I'm fine, Max. How are you?
Okay. I don't think this is working. Oh, I'm good, thanks. How are you? I wasn't sure if the audio was working or not.
Yep, the audio is working. But you have no picture.
Okay, good.
Probably you don't want a picture right now.
Yeah, I
You're
tried to hit the
naked.
camera.
Ah, there you are. Hi.
No, I'm only half naked. Oh, there we go.
Okay, you're only half naked.
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, well,
Okay,
doggone.
so yeah. So here's what I got.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
So that's the healing.
is it working?
It's got a coil on it. Actually, I got it about 2 hours ago.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know. It's doing something. We're not sure what. I'm
You can
waiting to see results because, as you know, we all have some conditions that we can monitor and see if they change, right?
right.
I'm going to switch to my computer because I'm having a hard time with it.
It's so funny because you're talking about all this stuff to improve your health and you're there with a cigarette, all the time. And I'm like, I think this is so funny. I'm sorry. It's yeah, toxicity. I'm sorry, it's just funny. But if it's going to help you even though you're smoking, I guess it's pretty good. Huh?
Well, yeah, this is getting me my medicine in.
Oh, okay.
That's medicine. That's not.
Oh,
Well,
gotcha.
it is
Uh,
tobacco, but
yeah.
it's
Okay.
also marijuana.
Boy, I wish.
The tobacco is a delivery system.
Mm, um, I gotcha. Okay. The other thing that can help is C60. Once again, if you want
Let me just, I'm going
C60,
to switch to the computer. Let me come back. Okay.
okay, no problem. Let me find, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to search C60 so that I can explain it better. Also called fullerene or buckyballs. You know what? You need food grade, of course. And you need it to be pure. You need it to be, and there's more than one kind. I found one that is pure and in I found one that's pure and also in olive oil. It reduces oxidative stress. C60 oil showed promising antioxidant lifespan increasing results in rats and petri dishes. Oh, and now they're trying to say it may induce DNA mutations. And it lacks clinical trials. No, it doesn't. Come on. You guys are full of it. Okay, they've already got disinfo stuff out because they know that people are afraid of their DNA being hacked. So they're going to say that. That's bullshit. There's no way it could do that. All it is carbon, folks. It is a form of carbon. And people who take it have healthier aging. They don't age as like other people. And this basically is, I'm trying to find the good info, but I'm finding a bunch of people that just want to sell it to you. It doesn't do anything to your DNA. That's ridiculous. How can carbon balls do anything to your DNA? That's disgusting. That they'd even put that out. Okay. I cannot believe this. That they would actually put that out. But then again, I should. I should realize they're going to try. Okay, when they do that with a product, you can be pretty sure it's a good product. If they're telling you, oh, don't take that, oh, stay away, it's probably a good product, probably a good thing to have. Okay, so basically what it does, and just and it's not giving, I can't believe how hard it is to get just the info on it. The only people wanting to give you any info are the people trying to sell it to you. They're a particular kind. Oh. You used to be able to just click and it would just come right up telling you what it was, and now it's just, okay, it is an almost magical molecule of the 60 carbon atom. C60 is short for carbon 60. It is a form of carbon molecule made up of 60 carbon atoms, all joined up together in a spherical structure that resembles a football. It is the most powerful antioxidant known. One of the reasons it's usually put in something like olive oil is because you need a carrier for it. The olive oil then would be a carrier. Now, I found some that's clean and in olive oil. And I mean, they charge anywhere from $50, $60 on up to $450 for this shit, right? I found it for right around $20, $25, just like the Zetox. And if you're interested, please get in touch with me. But I have to be careful with this because now they're putting out that there's something wrong with it. Me, 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 me. Don't take it. It could help you. It may boost metabolism, increase fat burning, reduce inflammation, boost overall wellness, can help you live longer. Let's see. Called a universal antioxidant. It can perform the antioxidant action of SOD, glutathione, catalase, CoQ10. Wow, I didn't even know that. And some people call it the fountain of youth. I suppose along with Ormus, this could really help a lot. I have some. I should take it more frequently. It can help muscle fatigue, shortness of breath, joint pains, sagging of flesh, graying. These symptoms may disappear or reduce if you consume C60. And it looks purple in oil. It looks kind of, depending on what kind of oil, it either looks, if it's in coconut oil, it looks kind of purpley. If it's in something with a yellow tinge like olive oil, it looks more of a brown purple, kind of a wine purple. But by itself, it looks black because it's carbon. It's also called fullerene, and you can look it up if you want to, but I'm just really dismayed that they're trying to tell people it's, yeah, a lot of good things are purple. A lot of good things that'll help you are purple. Hey, did Circle K come in? Hi, Circle K. Yeah, I thought you were, oh, there you are.
There we go.
I was reading that while you were getting ready. I thought I'd just read that. Doggone. Yeah, C60 Buckyballs fullerene.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get that. I was watching David Icke, and he said, you know that you guys pay for all that C60, and Caveman used to get it absolutely for free.
Yeah.
He'd sit around a fire, and every once in a while, little carbon atoms would go in his system, and he'd get some free C60.
Once again, you can get earthed real well just sitting out on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Standing around on the earth and walking around on the earth.
Putting your hands in the dirt, getting some of that good microbiome, and absorbing.
And there are little bacteria that make you happy in the earth too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything they're charging us now, we have to buy everything that we used to get free. That's We used to all get all of this free. Every single element has been polluted now. Even the space we live in, with even the ether they've got now.
Yeah.
Polluted. You know, and we have to buy our way back to good. It's crazy. This is crazy. This has got to stop. And my intention, I think we should put our intentions towards however it needs to stop. It stops in a good way for humanity, I hope, but it's got to stop. Oh, yeah, purple power, but boy, is it expensive.
Yeah.
Purple power is really expensive. That's why they call it purple power, though. I found one that's more like $20, $25, but get in touch with me. I'll put it on our website. Anybody know how to do websites good? We need some geeks. Either that or I need, the other thing, guys, I need to expand the channel. I am going to have to give us one that's for us, but I'm going to have to expand the channel so we meet more people and meet more of the right people. We need a community, a big community to draw from. The more we have, the more we can find. We're going to risk trolls. We're just going to have to deal with them as they come up. So, yeah, like water, like air, like everything. Go ahead, Max. Take it away.
So I put this thing on. I have a very, very fast reacting system. However, my wife doesn't, and she noticed something. She said she felt something. She wasn't sure what. Me, I felt an energy over the back of me, a warm, tingly energy, a little frontal lobe action, feeling of lightness.
Cool.
So I'm waiting to see if we have any actual physical effects and mental effects throughout my day tomorrow. We'll see if I stay at an elevated mood all the time and things like that. But yeah, quite an expensive little trinket.
Yeah, I know they are.
It was around $200 when you're all done, everything, shipping and all that. But at this point, I'm willing to try just about anything.
I understand.
Yeah.
I am finding that with the crystals I bought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like a set of those.
You certainly, we will work that out with you. Definitely. Like I said, I'm getting it bulk so we can get,
Yeah.
we can get a deal on it.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to do that.
I'm wondering if something like this, or there's probably very similar items for less price that people could try.
I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking we might even be able, if I can find, I'm going to put out there that I'm going to find the key to why it works. Maybe I can even make it.
There's a small resistor in there and a coil. And really, that's about all that's in there.
A resistor and a coil. So it's some Antiquitech, probably.
Yeah, very similar to it. I'll put it up close so you can get a good look at it. Mine is clear and see-through. You can't see the entire chipboard in there. But on the outer ridge there, that is a coil of copper wire.
Okay.
You can see it through on both sides.
Okay.
And there is some chip or some small resistor in there, one-way resistor of some sort. I don't know exactly what's in this one, but I saw some diagrams of ones that were like on watches. Looked a little similar, maybe not in design, but in maybe function,
Yeah, yeah.
There was one that was a watch that was supposed to draw off negative or positive ions. That might be quite helpful because that would be like grounding. There was other ones as well, but they were less price,
Yeah, and there has to be a way to do this. This can't be that hard.
Mm-hmm.
Most of this isn't. Most of this is Antiquitech.
Yeah.
They had it. There is a lot of evidence that in the older cities, at the height of in our golden age, we would say,
Yep.
that they had things that would emanate these fields just to help the population be happy, healthy, and thrive.
Yeah.
And they were big. I mean, and they all involve a coil, and so we really need to bring this. Okay, I'm going to do this just like I did with the Rife, because there was a time when nobody knew about the Rife work,
No.
and I intended that it come forward again in a big way so that people would be able to access it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to help me with this, just
Oh,
send an right now.
I've been pushing rife frequencies for years, honey.
Antiquitech.
Yeah.
That this technology come forward in a very accessible way to the average person,
Mm-hmm.
just like the Rife did. You'll notice the Rife did come forward. I have been pushing for that for years too.
Yeah. The stuff's out there. It's just
Yeah,
you have to search and experiment and find what works.
right. And you have to know it exists. Like I
Yeah.
said, you guys wouldn't know maybe about, you can go right on YouTube and find files that can help you do almost anything.
Yeah.
Find videos, the tones of which can help you do almost anything. And you can play them in the background. You don't even have to play them to where you can hear it. You can play it very low,
Oh yeah.
and nobody even has to know you're doing it
Yeah.
in the background at work.
I have a very grumpy friend. I experimented with him. I played a 20-minute sequence of frequencies for happiness. And he was not in a good mood. And it was kind of a mean thing to do, but it absolutely proved it to me. Every 20
It's
minutes,
known
his
for
mood
being
would go up,
grouchy. Yeah.
his mood would go down. His mood would go up and down. I did it 5 times in a row just to see if it was actually working. And it was. It was hilarious. He'd go from positive talk to negative talk, positive talk to negative talk. And because he doesn't believe in frequencies and doesn't like them, he doesn't like to hear them. I've
No,
tried to help them. I've tried to help him with them. Uh, he doesn't want to hear them. I just
of
I
course
didn't tell
not.
him. I couldn't leave him and say, you know what? For every time I could have
Snake
told him,
oil.
but he would have just gotten mad at me if I told him what I did.
Snake oil. That's all it is. It's just snake oil.
Yeah,
God, I can't even believe how I look when I say that like that.
I
It's
like to
very
experiment.
looking. Yeah, it's true. People will tell you that all this stuff is snake oil. It's not.
No,
No. It's we gotta realize one of the reasons we have been so misled about magic, so-called magic, and as we know, sufficiently advanced technology looks like magic, um, because it works. And I even had one of my teachers say, "Well, we know that divination and blah blah blah, blah and astrology and stuff doesn't work." And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, we know that, do we? Do we know that?
do we know
I
that?
certainly don't know that." So I'm just kind of, and then everything she said from there on was just like, right, okay, whatever.
The U.S. government doesn't know that. They only ran a program for 20 years with remote viewing.
Oh yeah,
And go Swan.
absolutely. I
So
wonder if
tell me it's not true. I'll just point you to your government there and say, you know
yeah,
what, your government believes in it.
yeah, that's true. Government sure believes in all this stuff. I'm
So
sure that there are parts of the government that are using it too, and there are people that are misusing it and abusing it. I'm
yeah,
sure.
it's privatized now. That's all. They took it out of government hands and put it into privatized
The
hands.
tray of Moldavite, yeah, a tray. Circle K was saying they take them to a rock shop, people to a rock shop, and watch their reaction to a tray of Moldavite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chai tea. That's another good thing. Back in the day, when people cooked, the stuff they cooked with, it was with intention. The spices that they put in stuff were for a reason, mostly. This is what I find. Most of the stuff that is in your winter weather goodies, like gingerbread and all that, is to
Yeah.
help you get through the winter. So, those of you who are having a rough winter, this is from Tibet. They have cold. They know from cold. Okay. They know from hard climates, harsh climates. Um, if you can stand it, get yourself some nice chai tea, and that'll help you deal with the cold. It helps me because it has a mix of spices in it that are actually for that. Cinnamon being one, ginger being another. Ginger is considered kind of a tonic, cure all tonic. Not it doesn't cure everything, but it helps you feel warmer. It's what do they call it? Vasodilator. So it helps your blood flow, but your circulation. You know, so if you have circulation problems, you want to drink ginger. So it has ginger, it has cardamom, has a couple of other things. I think it may have some clove and cinnamon. Um, but anyway, when I looked at it, I said, well, of course they're drinking this up in Tibet. They need this. Go ahead, Max.
Oh,
Tell us more.
that's about it. That's all I really
Tell
got
us
for you.
more. Tell us more.
That's all I
It
really
should
got
get
for you.
very far. Tell us more. Tell us more.
Colloidal
Uh,
if we do have to go to war, everybody should start taking colloidal titanium. It'll make your muscles huge.
really?
Yeah,
I could use some more muscles.
yeah.
Okay, where do we get titanium?
From the pet store, or yeah, that's where I got it. But
From the pet store.
yeah,
What do they sell it for
didn't
at the pet store?
I show you the bottle from the pet store? Or was that a different show I was on?
No, you know what? You did, but I couldn't get to it. They wouldn't let me have that
It's
product.
Earth MD is what it's called.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me have the product.
That's right. But you can
They
look
wouldn't
other
even let me
places.
see the product.
Yeah, you could look other places for it. It's,
Yeah. Or get some titanium. Where do I get titanium? I'm just about ready to start doing colloidals again. To make that.
I ordered my titanium from
This is the show to bring all that up, please. And we'll refer to this show when we
I
need
have the
help.
bill here. Um, high grade purity. Let's see. There was a from on this. Chemistry sample. What was the name of the place?
Oh, yeah. Drake, ice is ice. It's smooth as glass in Derby Town. In Derby Town, the streets are made of glass.
Well, here's the bill for it. But it was just a chemical supply store. For
Chemical supply store. Okay,
yeah, experiments.
we'll look for it.
Yeah.
Now, once again, let's go through what the power supplies are we need to make it.
For titanium you need 6, for silver you need 9, and for gold you need 12.
Ooh, so it goes titanium, 6, wait, 6,
Silver 9.
silver is 9,
Yep.
and gold is 12.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody getting this down? Because I can't remember worth a damn. You needed 12 volt generating systems.
Yeah. 12 volt DC. The gold, the metals actually come off when they're on the positive lead, but in a DC power supply, you have to have a piece of metal on both, and don't get any of the copper in the water.
Right, you don't want copper in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone got glued to the ice. Yeah, ice will also glue you. Not only is it slippery fun, but it can also glue you to things. Hey, like in the Christmas story, and he even talks about getting his tongue stuck on the flagpole if it's really freezing cold and a wet body part. Uh, you know, you can get stuck on ice. Ice can ice you to a place. It's very dangerous. Ice is dangerous. People act like it's not. And I mean, up in the northern climate, we're used to it and we're used to how to deal with it. But yeah, it can mess you up, man. I fell one time on a chunk of ice and it just really messed me up pretty good because it's as hard as it's like falling on a chunk of rock, you know. So yeah, look out for ice. But yeah, what is this stuff? If you're not from an area where you get ice commonly and you don't learn about it as you're growing up, and
Wow.
you suddenly are confronted with ice,
Iridium. Okay.
I can imagine that can be quite a shock.
So I found the link for the one that I bought.
Okay,
So I'll put it up there.
and you are mod, so you're the part of the mod squad, so you can put it there.
I'll put it in YouTube chat.
You swear chai tea is keeping your roommate alive? Well, then I know from what I'm talking about.
For some
Yeah.
reason, I can't comment on the StreamYard live chat.
Well, dang.
Yeah, that's okay. I put it in YouTube chat.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes.
It's $29. It's about 16 ounces.
Folks, put your links
Yeah.
in this program. I will have more where I will label the program things that help. Okay, more things that help and whatever. But we need a website. We need a geek that has the ability to help us out here. So I'm going to intend that we find somebody that can really
Iridium.
help us with that.
I just found colloidal iridium. It's $128 a bottle,
Whoa.
but it's 100 parts per million, 500
Okay.
milliliters.
Are you looking at the colloidals, or is this
This is colloidal. This is a
okay,
colloidal.
for not the? Yeah, I'm hoping for finding the actual thing itself, so I can make my own
Me
colloidals.
too, but I like to try it and see
Right.
what it's like if I like it, and then I make it. But yeah, they've got all kinds available here. Palladium. Yeah, I'm going to get all these elements myself.
And tell us what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do come in regularly and tell us what they do. Antiquitech, come on, guys. We need this Antiquitech to come back up to where we can grab it and use it and make it and have it.
Yeah.
Okay, in our hot little hands so that we can use it. Yes, it's going to happen. That's the intention. It's one of the intentions I'm setting forth for this month and probably as many months as it takes.
And here's
Circle K says, I think copper may be okay for women, but bad for men.
copper should be taken in low doses. I only wear copper.
Yeah, I would say be very careful with copper. Yeah, you can wear
My
copper.
copper bracelet has disappeared. I had a copper bracelet. I don't know where it went.
You got to be careful with copper, though. Copper can hurt you.
You can get hallucinations if you take too much. So for
Some people are taking it for that reason,
Yeah.
Now we got there. Don't do that.
So the colloidal company here says that colloidal titanium promotes increases mental function, focus, and concentration, promotes enhanced mental acuity, supports healthy tissue regeneration of the heart, tissue, thymus, and entire endocrine system, promotes increased creativity, promotes lucid dreaming, promotes improved memory, supports DNA repair, and promotes increased libido in both males and females.
Well, not that I care about increased libido anymore.
Well, no, but it's good to be functioning.
But it's good to be functional, yes. I'm teasing. Now these days I haven't found anybody to have an increased libido with right now that I can give two hoots about. So unfortunately, that's another intention. Please, can we find somebody who's not too quay quay for me, and just quay quay enough? You know, just crazy enough,
There
and
you
not
go.
too crazy, and because I got to be a little crazy to be with me. But this is which is this? They say, which is this? Circle K is asking, which is this? Which one is this?
Which, oh, that's the colloidal that I sent was the one from the pet store. That's colloidal magnesium, titanium, and I think maybe zinc or copper.
Okay,
No, it's not copper. Maybe gold.
gold. It says gold.
So
Yeah, it says
titanium.
titanium gold. It says magnesium, titanium, gold.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go there and see.
Now that one's for pets, so it's a lot cheaper than ones
Right,
that'll be
anything for
sold.
pets right
Yeah.
now is still cheaper.
Yeah.
Um, and really, most of the time, you don't have to worry about this stuff because, oh, I did something. There you are again. Okay, great. I gotta watch it every time I touch anything, you know. Well, I'm gonna put my banner up. I gotta remember to put my banner up so that we have a banner. Oh, let me change the picture too behind us. Let's see, what do I want to change it to? What? How about this one?
Well,
Nice,
there you go. I like purple.
a pretty. Well, good for you.
Makes my skin color look better.
How about this one? This is a nice one
Well,
too.
that one flushed me out.
Okay, this one. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's a good one. I like that
Okay,
color.
I got a couple of purple
Which
ones
is
in
this? Okay. Iridium. You like the iridium? Yeah. The
here.
iridium was a couple $100, I think.
Iridium is a couple hundred. Oh God.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'd have to learn to make that just so that I would be able to afford it.
Well, yeah.
I don't.
That's really expensive.
A couple of $100 for me is like, you know, my disposable income for 2 months or something.
Yeah. Well, you see why people can't be healthy, right? Um,
Yeah, they're kept poor.
you know, like this monatomic iridium, 4 ounces is $314.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have somebody who is telling me
1 ounce is
always about
87.
her minimalism, and I want to be an experiencer because there's this thing now that you're a spiritual person if you don't have you got to not have money, you got to not be having a lot of things, you got to be a minimalist, you got to be a nudist, Buddhist, raw foodist, you got to be all these things you got to be. And I'm there. My teachers were a lot of my teachers weren't any
Yeah,
of those.
right, Circle K. I've actually put on muscle, Circle K. I'm in my 50s, so putting on muscle in your 50s is a pretty good sign.
Yeah, that is a good sign. That is a very
And I'm
good.
not doing anything extra. Like I don't really work out. I don't work out or anything. Like I walk a lot and I hike and but I don't go to the gym or anything like that.
Here's a clue. I saw a video about people who had gone off the grid, made their own little lives, their own little Earthship place. That's why I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
They did get rated eventually, but they found that when they grew their own food and it was just done without all of the chemicals and crap, they could eat as much as they want. They'd never gain weight. They'd just get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It would just all go to they had their own food supply. It didn't have a bunch of crap in it, and we never had to worry about gaining weight. You could eat all day if you wanted to, and it grew very abundantly.
Yeah.
They didn't have to put anything on it to make it grow. It was fertile ground and it grew.
Yeah.
And also, of course, we know that if you, and I know this for a fact. I was living in a city. I was living in Akron, had a little tiny yard. My plants grew huge because I loved them.
Hmm.
I loved them. I'd go out there and love them, and I loved the bees, and the bees would take care of them for me. And, the other things would take, I'm sure, and we also had, I'm sure, a lot of other things that were helping too. But, really, Earth is bountiful, and, give it a chance. You do it right, it'll, your permaculture, if you permaculture, you don't have to keep working at it. And that's why, but farming is hard work. But if you permaculture, it will take care of itself for the most part. You just go out and weed a little bit every now and then. It'll keep growing. If you're in the right climate, though, too. That's another thing. Now, what are we looking at?
This is the table of elements,
Yes.
and I'm showing you the section of the transition metals. Circle K was asking about iridium. Iridium is 2 over from gold.
Okay, our alchemist is showing us transition metals. As we know, these are very important for organ function of all
Yep.
kinds.
Now, you may think, okay, there are metals on here that are carcinogens. Okay, there is, let's see, mercury right there. But you do have mercury in your body. It performs a function in your body, but that doesn't mean you need to take mercury. Now, there are some of these that you need more of, and that do go through your system. Some of them will build up in your system, and some of them won't. So we have to learn all of these things about each one before we take them. So before you start taking gold, silver, all of these ones, like, don't take my word that they're safe. Okay, check it out for yourself. You may believe differently because there is different information out there. Okay, so
Right. Although I haven't met anyone yet that can say very much about silver being bad.
I
I
had one guy who was terrified of turning blue.
Yeah, the turning blue thing, that's the only thing. And still the guy
It's
was very healthy. The
yeah,
guy that did turn blue was very healthy,
it's a
actually.
rare condition, and my
That's
friend asked me. My friend asked me, "What if your skin turns blue?" Actually, it kind of goes blackish, but I said, "Yeah, so what? My skin's black. So what? I really don't care. You know, might be cool."
Yeah, Circle K, what a drag if everybody was the same.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would really be drag. I wouldn't like it.
Hmm.
Ah, I murdered a white gold chain by sleeping in it. I would sacrifice it to the colloidals. Okay, that's a good.
Has to be 100% gold. Circle K.
Yeah, as long as it's 100%, sir.
99.99%.
You drank gallons of
If
see,
you
there
get
you go.
if it's like 10 carat or even 18 carat, you're going to have what it is the carat is parts. So there's 24 parts to make up any carat. So 18 carat will have 18 parts of gold, and then it'll have 6 parts of silver. Silver and gold come out at different um, voltages. Um, if you hit I don't know if you might be able to find a balance point, but if you hit silver with 12 volts, what you'll get is powdered silver. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it flows down like a white sheet, and you can collect that at the bottom and siphon off the top, and then you just let that evaporate with a little bit of heat, a little bit of warmth, and you get silver powder.
okay. So basically, you can use silver powder for a lot of things.
Hmm. Yep, you can use it to make pictures. So you could put it on a sheet of glass and take a photograph. Uh, You can with this stuff. But yeah, it's good for cuts, good for swelling, pretty much any
So
sort.
that's how the probably the silver creams and stuff are made.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a larger particle. The higher the voltage, the larger the particle, as far as I can figure.
So gold needs a higher voltage. See, I'm still
Well,
trying to.
you could do it at a lower voltage. It would take longer though, and you would probably get a smaller particle
I'm wondering if this is somehow you get a smaller particle
with less voltage.
with less voltage.
Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder if that would be a good thing.
Well,
Would it
yeah,
pass easier
you want the smallest
through
particle
your
you
blood?
can. But I found for functionality of making it and keeping it at a level where it's drinkable over like the period of time. Like you could increase the number of um, pieces and generators you have going into the water. That will increase the amount, but you're only going to get so much out of each piece to a point where you're like you can raise the voltage and get more in the water, but it's going to be larger pieces. That's all.
Okay. Alchemy isn't science, it's sorcery. Oh, that's our Chris. Yeah.
So you could.
Eddie's like, what is it with this show and math? Sheesh, and that dang sciencey stuff. Well, that's why we have John. I can't do it either.
Welcome
I'm
back
not
to
good at
school.
it either. He
Welcome.
can tell us what happens with this. I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff. Like I said, I'm not that much of a geek. I'm a different kind of geek. I'm geeky about some stuff, but not that particular kind of stuff.
This stuff will help you. So, like gold, if you can get gold in you, it has a brain balancing effect.
Some of us really need the brain balancing, let me tell you.
Yes, you do. We do. We need that.
Really.
That's how you release the
Hey,
oil.
Albert. Albert Garth is in here.
Hey, Albert.
Hey.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about the Christos. We don't have time tonight. Um, but yeah, that's part of it is having a balanced brain. Is the only way to, well, not the only way, but the best way to have the oil released is with a balanced brain. That's Mary and Jesus, Odin and Freya, and all the
Yeah,
couples in unity, the left and the right
that's
brain.
right. And
Um,
that's another thing we'll talk about someday is having your left and right brain, having all of the what
mhm,
the couples signify, what
mhm.
the divine couples signify.
Yep.
Because the divine couples, all of them, especially, and you'll notice in older religions, there was always balanced couples.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Father, mother, and child.
right. And they would produce the child, and the child was the
Yep.
what they produced.
Virgin
So,
birth all the way through.
and weird that we have, it's like all one and all the other. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. They realize that we're binary right now. This system is binary, just lends to the credence of we're in a matrix. It's this, computers work on binary. So, but we're in a binary system for whatever reason, and whatever reason you give that, and whatever you ascribe that to. So you need the binary
The male electric,
configuration.
the male electric creates, or sorry, gathers together, and the female magnetic creates.
Right.
So it's the electric and the magnetic. We need both.
TBI, so balancing would be good. What's TBI again? Traumatic brain injury.
Mm.
Yeah. Ohio Woo Crew. What?
Yep, brains can be rewired quite easily. They do all the time anyway. So you just keep exercising your brain.
Oh, okay, Albert, you got something to say? Yeah, okay. If you have something to say, we will invite you. And remember, if you're bad, I have to kick your butt. But it's okay. Come on in if you got something to say. And it'll take you right backstage and we'll put you on. But please, no gay porn like what happened on your show. I,
That
I
was
couldn't.
hilarious. I just
Oh my
laughed. I
God.
know.
I'm there like, are you kidding
Well,
me?
it was the first and last time that'll happen. So
Hell yeah. It's like, that was so ridiculous. I'm there like, are you kidding me? Oh God.
yeah.
And then we had some kid who trying to, I am Satan, with this slow down voice.
Oh yeah.
Like, look, I don't even understand. It's just, we had to kick a few of them. But there's the link. Just um, click that link, Albert. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. We're so sorry if you couldn't find the link. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. You just click on it. You don't have to phone in or anything. Okay, well, while he's figuring that out.
So I'm looking up earthing bracelets. They have your grounding mat. That's awesome. They have shoe attachments, which are really weird looking. Chains. I'm looking for a bracelet, grounding bracelet.
Oh, those are easy. Geez, I could even make a grounding bracelet soon.
Well, these ones, the one that I saw also had electronics in it.
Oh, okay.
It had similar technology to the Q-Link.
Negative ions.
Yeah, it was.
Negative ion. You know,
Well, positive ions. It pulls off positive ions.
so it pulls off positive and generates negative ones, like a waterfall generates. Or
Maybe. I'm not sure what they do. I'm
okay,
not sure what they do
okay.
exactly.
Here's another thing: water fountains. In feng shui, they're really important that you have one. I don't have one yet. I'm working on it, but they generate negative
They
ions,
do. Yes.
and the negative ions are what you're looking for.
Yep.
Okay, you need
It's
that.
counterintuitive, eh? You would think you would want the positive ions, but
Yeah.
those are the staticky ones that run around on the outside of things. So
Yes.
everything in the universe is positively charged on the outside and negatively charged inside.
Isn't that funny? So the yang is kind of on the outside and the yin is on the inside, which is kind of, there you go with the yin yang stuff again.
Yeah, it's like they reversed it. I don't know. Maybe they might have reversed it just to.
Just to annoy us,
Yeah.
throw us off.
Here's one. It's an anti-static bracelet. It's only $8.99. It's
Some of them are very cheap. Like I
yeah.
said, those are easy to make. You just need a cord to ground you. Put in the
Well,
ground.
this one, no, it doesn't need a cord.
Doesn't need a cord.
No, that's what I'm looking for because
Oh hell yeah!
it's not always possible to sit with something
You're right.
touching the ground, right? So these are
Oh
the type
well,
of technologies I'm interested in us trying.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's too big of a link,
I'll go for that too.
you
If,
know?
if you can come up with something that I don't have to plug in or sit on the ground or
Yeah, like that's why I'm trying like this Q-Link because it's always there. I don't have to do anything to it, right?
right.
It just sits there and does its job with its little, I
So
guess, energy
yeah, I'm
gather.
looking for that. And if I ever find a way to make them, I'm going to make them. I'm going to
Yeah. Well, like
design.
I say, the one I saw had a resistor, what looked like a one-way resistor, and a coil on it. I think it's very similar technology to this. So,
Okay,
let me
there
see.
you go, Angel Albie.
What's up?
Hey, Albie.
Angel,
Let's see.
what you got? You need to turn off your YouTube or mute it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but my computer's not responding.
Let's see if I can.
I'm trying to wait till my computer gets.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
a. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it makes
okay,
sense.
it's done.
Okay, there you go, Albie.
What's up?
What's on your mind, Albie?
Shit, man. I want to get further into kind of spiritual development and protection, like I was saying the last time when you had me on the show with Max. I remember somebody talking about the garnet stone that's supposed to
That's huge.
help you.
Oh, the ruby's lost side and the fuchsite and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah,
There's the
Stone allies. Yeah.
anti-static.
And well, see, it's a big issue. It's a big thing. Um, we're going to have to catch you up on how to do this because we um, we have the knowledge. We can work remote, but we're not working remote right now in the public stream. We're going to be doing it in the private stream because we ran into some problems having it be a public thing.
wow.
So we've been holding off on that for a little bit now because we had trolls coming in and disrupting it and trying to take it down and actually trying to harm people. So we got rid of them now, I think, pretty much. But we didn't want to put anybody that was vulnerable in the way of any more harassment. So we held off for a little while. But yes, we can
Yeah.
still help you. Um, of course, one of the things is to get ready for that, you're going to have to take some personal
Yeah.
responsibility to. Um, oh, you got Ganesh up there.
Yeah.
Take some steps to keep yourself grounded and safe while all this is going on. So that's what this show is about. This show is about uh, some things you can do to help yourself. Well, um, so I don't know what your personal beliefs are. You know what you believe in. I will tell you that I believe that God is the uh, creative consciousness that flows through and is all things, and that's what I rely on to get things to get things done, to manifest things.
Well, I
But
don't hate Christians. I mean, I just don't believe in their religion. I mean, I don't hate Muslims and Buddhists or Hindus. I just don't believe in their religions. I think
I'm not a particular
our
religion.
sense of source of deity, like what you're saying. I mean, I
Religions
respect
have
that.
taken
I'm not
ancient sacred
complaining.
writings and reused them in wrong ways. Is what happened with religions.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
understand
exactly
that.
what
I used to be in world religions. I used to study world religions a lot, but I just
happened. Me
lost.
too. And I
I
found
started
out.
realizing what Max was saying. I was trying to tell Doc and Rick that I didn't, why I bummed out of it because I was getting so obsessed with myself about it, and I just had to take a break.
Well, that's the thing is a lot of people do get obsessed with religion. That should tell you something. Religion can be very dangerous. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but religion is belief. And if you get stuck at any point in your studies, you're stuck, and it's not good.
Damn it!
You need to keep
no.
moving and keep getting more information because any of these religions that you get stuck at, you're still stuck in a religion.
Well, I grew up as a Christian, and I walked out of the religion because my family were, some of my families were snobs and so-called. But I still love them. But I think I'm a different, open-hearted person because I've
Right.
been through trauma. My brother's been through trauma. We've been through child abuse, and we have our scars. And respect each other's differences. But
That's
these are
right.
my thoughts. I want to detox myself 100% and try to refresh myself. It's like a
Yeah.
reboot.
Well, you've got to take personal responsibility for your body, taking care of your body, doing the things that are going to, because your body supports your spirit, helps your spirit function here. Okay, your spirit helps your body function here. You also got to
Yeah.
take
We do
responsibility.
have a soul, right? I mean, our flesh is not our soul. Our flesh
No,
is just our imprisonment.
our spirit, and you know what? You got to quit. You don't have to do anything. Okay, but it would be good if you quit thinking of it as imprisonment, because some religions teach that, and I
Yeah.
think it's deleterious because you need a body to affect this realm to be effective on this, really effective, to experience this realm fully. It's not really an imprisonment, it is a temporary situation that you will leave one day, probably, although ascended masters take it with them, they say. But if you stop thinking of it as imprisonment, would probably be good, and think of it as a tool. This is my tool that I use in this realm to affect things in this realm. Just a different way of thinking of it, so that you're not thinking, I'm a prisoner, I'm a victim, I'm trapped here, because that will only lead to you being depressed. And
That's
and
what happened
actually,
to me. I got depressed on the way of my path of studying other religions. I just didn't want to agree with Christianity and
yeah,
the God of the Bible is so
a lot of
below.
people don't. I can't believe that. I'm sorry, but the things that I read about, and I believe this since I was a kid, things that I read about that the God, this so-called God of the Bible did, I can't agree with. I can't believe that a good being would act like that. And so, what is that being that they're describing there? Certainly not the one that Jesus describes as being his Father in heaven, if you believe in Jesus. But then
I
again,
used to
Jesus
believe in
was
Jesus. I
probably
used to believe in
Yeshua,
him.
who who was a rabbi who did miracles. But that's another show. Anyway, I didn't want to get too much in religion, but yeah, that's another show.
That's
And
like a whole show.
and
I can't post this one. There's this anti-static bracelet I'm trying to post, but it's got 406 characters.
oh gosh. We need
So
a website so we can just put this stuff on the website and let it go there, and so you
yeah,
can go to it.
I'll save
You
the
got a
site.
personal website that
Uh,
I can go to and order some things from you, or maybe I can pay you some interest on
yeah,
something.
I have PayPal, and let me see on the screen.
Thank you, Circle
Because
K.
I like
And
to buy something for my family. I like to buy something for me and my brother and his children. I mean, I know
right,
I ain't gonna hurt their religious beliefs, you know. Like I said, I can't do nothing about it. I just want to make me better, and I want to not be selfish and prideful against them.
well, stones are not too threatening to most people, even if they're religious. A lot of them don't mind you giving them a nice mineral or gem or something. I would
Yeah,
recommend selenite in all cases. It's really cheap. I can sell the selenite sticks for $2 a piece, and they throw a lot of light. And they offer protection, and they never need to be cleansed or charged. And they are helping me with a lot of issues right now. I mean, I got them at every window and door right now because they throw a lot of light, and negative things just don't like it. I will show you what some of that looks like. Yes, that's another thing. Yeah, Circle K last remote view session, you noticed a change. What change did you notice, Circle K? We want to hear all about it. Max does really good remote view.
I do. I'm kind of interested. Paste. There we go.
Okay, let me show you something cool. I think I showed you how
There we
this conducts a lot of light. It's This is selenite. Um, if you notice how this thing glows like nobody's business, it really throws a lot of light. And it looks like it has a battery in it, but it doesn't. It's
go.
I can
look at
see
That's
the
pretty awesome.
bottom tip. I can see the bevel, the round bevel. It looks like a flashlight, but it's not. It's really shiny.
right. Isn't that cool? It gathers up all the light, and there's very little light in this room except for this light, this grow light that I have on right now.
Yeah, it's like a glow in the dark
Gathering it
wall.
all up and throwing it right through there. This should tell you the purpose of this. And you know what this looks exactly like?
Yeah.
When I'm in my astro form and I'm throwing light rods around, light palms around to light up the place so that the dark things don't like it.
Oh, thanks for
They look like this. I was so surprised when I got this in the package because it said a wand, and I'm like, this looks like my light bombs that I throw, that my light rods. Um, so it's a nice visual, but you can see how it just the whole thing lights up. Put even just a little bit of light will light them right up. So that'd be one of the first things I would say to get, because it never needs to be charged or cleansed. And if you're new to stones, that's something you need.
Yeah.
Okay, who's taken off? Linda?
Yeah.
Okay, Linda, I love you too.
I'm taking off too. I'm going to
Take
be
care.
listening in chat though. So I'll see you
Okay,
guys in chat in a second.
okay. I love you, Linda. You take care of yourself, honey. You might have actually traveled. Then you got to be careful, Circle K, because when you actually start traveling out of body and bilocating, that's when you can get into some trouble. That's what we found. You got to be careful when you're remote viewing to only be remote viewing and not remote affecting, because that can now if you want to start remote affecting, but the problem is you are going to get some feedback on that if you affect something. I do my work by remote affecting things, remote influencing, I think they call it. um, that's how I do my remote work, but you've got to realize that then a lot of things can happen. And so because you're actually there. So a part of you went there. And a lot of us, we find, will just go remote. Instead of viewing, they'll actually just take a piece of themselves there. So yeah, I can tell you're my crew because you do the same thing I do. You do your remote. You're bilocating without even knowing it. You think you're remote viewing, you're bilocating. You got to be careful. Yeah, we got to be careful with that. Yeah. So just letting you know, and I don't know, Albie, how much you know, but we've been sharing as much information as we can gather. And if you have information for us, we'd like to hear about it too.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of like, well, right now I'm kind of in a hermit state, like I was saying. I'm just getting back on that path, that road. I mean, I wish I did have some things. I'm just into, reclaiming myself. I believe in sorts of things about reincarnation. I just I just noticed that they're censoring the internet, and I just want to be, cautious not to fall for my.
The internet is heavily censored, right? In some aspects of it. There are some places that aren't so censored.
Yeah,
Maybe it hasn't done anything to me yet. um,
yeah.
there are a few other places that we're going to try out and see if we can be safer there, maybe. But I couldn't get Discord to work for me. I might try Twitch or a couple of other things, but I just have
Well,
to first.
I'm a Chickasaw. If you never knew, I'm a Native Indian.
Oh, you're
Tribe was forced off this land to Canada. I'm called
Cherokee,
a Chippewa, a Chippewa.
Chippewa. We had
Yeah,
Chippewa around here. Yeah, this is Ohio.
yeah,
We have Chippewa up here in Ohio.
yeah,
Or Ojibwa. Aren't they also called Ojibwa?
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to learn my American Indian roots because I'm trying to come away from some because I once walked a dark path and I was trying to tell doctors and something happened to me and I got off of it as I started doing things to myself I shouldn't have done and I got into a little drugs and sold my butt off and I mean I'm not I kind
Yeah.
of I went and got myself cleaned up in rehab and it took me almost 2 to 3 years and I decided to change my life and stick with marijuana and cigarettes. And I don't drink alcohol at the time. I mean, I really changed my life a lot.
You
Back into
know
my spirituality.
how many of us, there's quite a few of us. Um, and I think it's because we get disappointed and don't know what to do about it. I mean, when you try so hard, it was so tempting for me. I was offered every kind of drug at one point. Every
I
kind
hate pharma. I hate the big pharma industry. I really hate them.
Yeah, I hate to say,
The war on drugs is not about an attack on the people as well too, but I'm kind of glad that they changing to where Oregon is going to legalize certain narcotics and shit like that. I wish they'll just legalize marijuana and say, fuck it, just let people have marijuana. Like they legalize alcohol,
mhm.
especially on the federal level.
Well, I'm still waiting for that here in Ohio. We can have
They
CBD, but
got it medically. You can get it medically. If you're suffering real bad from a certain thing, you can go to a marijuana doctor and physician and they can
yeah,
hook
if you go to the right doctor. But, that is not the same as, I believe if there was a healthy competition like there is for other things, that we could actually get a very high grade of product and exactly what we want. But the way it is, GI pot, I don't know if I 100% down with it. I don't trust GI pot necessarily. Just because anything that helps us, it seems like they try to taint it,
yeah.
you know, and they aren't going to give it to you unless they can control it, and unless there's almost always a downside to it.
Yeah.
And, so I don't know what to think about that, whether it's actually a thing to trust or not entirely. Uh, yeah, I think I'm going to do some remote viewing again here soon when people are ready to do that. It
Well, I
seems to me.
plan on to leave my body. When I was a little baby, I went through some bad trauma, and I kind of rose out of my body, and I was floating underneath. I was in a station wagon. My mom got into some bad accident, and my head hit the dashboard of her station wagon that floated on through the sunroof. That just took me a while to get back to my body and shit. You know, I remember seeing lights everywhere.
Yeah. Do you have a near death? What they call a near death? Did you go out of body?
Yeah, my brother had a near-death experience too, when one of my step brothers or sisters tried to suffocate him with a pillow. Then he rose to his ceiling in his bedroom a long time. He told me a story about that. He had a near-death experience.
Yeah, because I had a near death experience which changed me. What they call near death, but you die. They don't want to call it that you died. They don't want to say you died. Because if they say that you died, then then you have to admit that you're seeing something beyond life. And they don't want you to start getting people the idea that there's anything beyond physical life. So, which is stupid, but that's where it is right now. They try to shine you on that there isn't anything beyond the physical, which is why we're stuck in the mud. Here in this society, we're very stuck in the mud because literally, and I think mud flood is right. It probably started happening right around the mud flood because Reiki used to be taught in public schools. They took it out. When they started taking all of the good stuff out, dowsing, it was very common to douse because you needed to be able to find water and stuff. You need to be able to find stuff. There's all kinds of things they stopped teaching when the damn materialists got, held sway and said, no, it can't be anything spiritual. I don't want it to be anything spiritual, so it can't be. It's gotta be all scientific. It's gotta be all.
Well, I
No.
do believe in the psychic ability. I know that fluoride and formaldehyde, I know that the calcifies and destroys the brain.
Yeah, it just messes with you. And they tell us this is good for you. It seems
Because
like
the heavier the metals are in your body, the heavier the metals are in your body, the more it's going to be hard to maintain your health, spiritual, mind, and body, heart health. I mean, because, like I said, I researched a lot of shit, and when I got in the wrong crowd, that's when all my studies didn't pay me off because of I wasn't using my head properly.
mhm. Well, you know what? There's all sorts of things too that uh, when I realized touching the stuff that came from my old place, the place that was obviously very affected by black mold and so on. It was a very toxic place that I came from. I don't know how I lived through it. Other people don't either. They don't understand how the heck I could have lived through
There
it.
is a dangerous mold that can really kill you. Black mold and shit, you're lucky to be alive. That's
Yeah, I'm lucky I lived through it, and I'm getting better now that I'm away from it. It's been a whole
red
year. I can
mold,
tell a
red
difference.
mold, that 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 shit destroys. That shit will kill you. It's worse than taking crack.
Oh yeah, and it seems like the brain fog that a lot of things give you, that being very toxified gives you, you can't think right. It
Mm.
takes your brain from you. It takes your mind functions from you when you have the brain fog. I mean, I can read a whole paragraph. I can read it back to you. I can pronounce it all right. I do not know what it means. That's what happens to me with the brain fog. I will sit there and I can't tell you what it means, though. And I try to get the meaning out of it, and I just can't. I can't connect the dots. And I think that's what the idea is. You can't connect the dots
Well,
because
I believe in the psychic ability. I believe in herbs, and I believe in herbology because I did study Wicca and some paganism.
mhm.
And I got into some traditional occult stuff, and that's when I got in a bad crowd and realized I goofed up. I should start with Wicca paganism because I'm mostly Native Indian, and I just don't want to. I want to be like a no limit warrior, you know, a no limit warrior like a Comanche, like the last Mohican shit.
Yeah, that's why I call myself a shamanic practitioner and I belong to a spiritualist church. Not because I subscribe wholeheartedly to spiritualism, but because they at least allow for the fact that you can speak with the dead without saying that you're in need of having your soul saved. It's considered normal to be able to speak with the passed on in that church. So it kind of protects me. But there are some things about Blavatsky that I don't agree with. Like I don't agree you should surrender yourself over entirely to a spirit to do channeling. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I think too many people did it and got themselves in trouble unintentionally. But
That's why I got myself in trouble when I was trying to do a pack, my blood pack. I was bloodletting because
oh God, you never use blood for anything. Oh God, don't use. People don't get
I did,
into
I did,
blood
I no,
rituals.
but but I cleaned myself back. I cleansed myself, but I wasn't perfect at it. But I claim allow myself back. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm agreeing with you. Don't get yourself involved in any. And I hate to say it, but when I realized I stopped taking communion, when I realized that it was literally, it was a blood ritual. And as you know, what you do in the astral, thoughts are things. They're feeding you blood and the flesh. I'm like, wait a minute. This is literally a blood ritual then. Because in the Middle Ages, you had to believe that it really was flesh and blood of God if you didn't want to be tortured to death. So they were very serious about that. But for me, I'm there like, wait a minute, this can't be right. And it's not right.
yeah, that's why I stopped going to church. That's why I didn't want to do communion anymore. And my parents got very upset with me.
I know I always got
'Cause I don't believe that way in Jesus. I don't believe that Jesus tells you to sacrifice, and that's all Jesuit way, you know,
yeah,
Illuminati, devil worship stuff.
for all this stuff.
They want you to, you know, drink the red wine and eat the cracker, and it's the same thing, but it's the same process.
Mhm. The thing is you can do all this without all that.
Yeah.
You really can, and your soul is not in any danger, really, except from people who believe that we're going to hell now. Now
That's
they're now
I don't believe
they're
there's a hell. I
you're,
don't believe
you're in
there's a
danger
hell.
from them. You know, you're really in
I believe
danger
there's
from them.
many, I believe that there's many mansions in the heavens in outer space than the word hell. I mean, I ain't trying to diss you, but I don't believe hell exists. I don't care what the Holy Bible says. I mean, I believe 1% of it.
I didn't
And
see
the
it.
rest,
I
I just,
wasn't perfect, and I didn't see it when I died. I don't know anybody who saw it when they died. I guess a few people have seen something like that when they died. Um, I don't know that
but
many.
you can create your own hell in your mind.
Mhm.
That's
Now,
what you're going to see right there. I mean, but I don't
I would say a
practice.
hell, a kind of thing that would be like hell would be if you get caught here, if you get trapped here, if your spirit gets trapped on this plane and you're in earthbound, that can be a kind of hell because you don't have a body. A lot of them died in a horrific way, and they from time to time relive their death experience, which would
Yeah, Max said it right here. The heaven and hell is states of mind.
yeah. Um, he's right about that. And he's all, but this is even beyond. Like you can get, I guess Dolores Cannon talked about a place where you can go if you die. That is pretty scary. It's like hell, but you're there because of your state
I,
of mind.
I believe in some Catholicism where they talk about purgatory. When they talked about purgatory, it's the place you temporarily go. It's not really the astral plane, the spiritual realm, like the spiritual planes.
Well,
But
yeah, it's not really the next place you go. It's a place where you kind of get stuck if you're not careful.
yeah, and that's one reason why I got out of the darkness for the moment. I mean, God birthed us and impregnated us with it. We might as well stop fearing it and use it for his new name.
Thomas Sheridan. Okay, I'll have to look him up. It seems I've heard of him. You drink some kind of stuff and you're not hungry all day. Oh, green food like algae and stuff. 10 days worth. Oh, okay. Um, I want to get back to the subject of the show, which this particular show is about what helps us, stuff you need these days. If you have anything to say about that, we want to hear about it. I'm going to go on with stuff that helps us because that's what this show is about tonight. And we surely want to help you with your issues. And why do you feel? But before I go on with that, why do you feel you are that you need help against the darkness? I mean, what's been happening?
Well, because I can say because not everybody's prepared, not everybody's aware of it consciously or spiritually, and that in darkness, and they can come out of the blue and really harm you, can even kill you.
Just trying to get some idea of what the issue is so that we can start working on getting you to the place where you feel better. You know what? Come into MeWe.com. Come into the group there, and we'll help you there uh, a little more. My crew is a smart crew. We've got people there that help, and you seem pretty cool. I think they'll accept you. I let my crew decide who they accept, though. But as far as I can tell, you're cool, and I certainly advise them to let you in so that you can discuss with them because they're smart. And we do work on things in there. We set up some things for people. Um, it's the only place we have right now. Like I said, we really need a website. I will get in touch with you there too. You can private message me
Mm.
on MeWe. I'm under Diane Swiger there.
MeWe.com.
Yeah, MeWe.com.
Okay.
And you can find me there. There's a picture of me. Um, eventually, we forgive ourselves and learn to love yourself, then you can love others properly. That's right.
Yeah.
Circle K says Miss Ocean is doing a good job of it too, though. Well, thank you. I feel I just need to grow the channel. We don't have enough people to take care of everything right now. We're kind of getting hit right now. And we need a big enough group of people that we don't have to just rely on, 12, 13, 14 people, the same, just small group to get things done. The more we expand our family, the better off we'll be. But then, I understand that people are afraid of trolls. They disrupt so much, and there's so much attempts to disrupt us.
Well, how can I get back to the website? Because I had trouble signing up on it.
On what, MeWe?
Yeah. I forgot the website to get to it.
MeWe.com.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm on MeWe.com. I'm on whatwmewe.com. Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
just MeWe.com. And I'm Diane Swiger, and there's a picture. of me. And so you can't miss me. I'm using my real face. I'm not using cat or dog or any other image. It's me.
Okay, I'm just signing up for it right now.
Okay.
I got you on the line.
And that's all I can do right now until I get a website. I am working on getting a website. And in there, I'll be showing out. I'm going to see if I can get some kind of a page where I can show what I have available for you take pictures of it. And then I want a page where we can put all of our suggestions and things that work for us so that we can go to it and refer to it anytime we want. And I'm really going to try and make this happen soon. I'm intending that it happen real soon because I really feel like we need to grow the channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Get more people who know things coming in who can actually share their information because we have a good crew, but we need more of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Your real face is on loan to a museum.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean,
Oh, that's right. Portal is on. It's Wednesday, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, we probably lost some people to Portal. That's what happened. I was wondering why everybody took off. Probably they're over on Portal right now, seeing the crew over there. Your cat is looking at me, John. How do you know that, Circle K? Okay, so I'm going to make this only a 2-hour show, which I still think is pretty good. I'm glad you joined us, Albie. You sound like a good guy, and oh, he always has that look, you know. That's funny. Max is a character, ain't he? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good man. Shit.
So I'm going to finish up the show and go over and say hi to a few people over there too. And we'll talk. Okay, Albie?
Oh.
And
So, is it on your MeWe site or Portal?
it's on MeWe. But the Portal's another show. It's just a show where we go to and hang out sometimes. And it's funny because the chat never matches the subject of the show there. It's just two different animals there, the chat and the show. It's funny. It's that guy reading paranormal stories. That's where I found a lot of the crew. Is people would wander in there, and then we all decided, hey, we'd like to do more than just talk about this and pretend that we don't know that it exists. We want to actually do something with this information. That's how this channel happened. So, because over there, they're always just, well, does this exist? Could it be? And it's like we're there. Here, we're like, yes, it freaking exists. Can we get past this and just go on and do stuff about it? Do stuff with it.
Okay, I'm on MeWe right now.
Yeah. It's a good site it's a good place for beginners, for if you're beginning your studies and you want to just get some information of what has happened to other people. And it's good to hear what's happened to other people, but it's not good if you want to take it and do something with it. You're going to have to go somewhere where they're going to tell you what to do with this information.
I'm trying to get you where you're at.
Do this with it.
On your MeWe site.
Yes, the MeWe site, the Woo Crew. It's called the Ohio Woo Crew, my group, but there is some stuff you have to do to get into that group because they want it to be a protected group. So
click on groups.
Yeah, the Ohio Woo Crew is my group, and I will tell you that I will tell you some of the answers when you private message me. so
So
that you
it's called the Ohio Brew Crew.
yeah. Well, yeah, the portal chat is would he'd be talking about ghost stories or something or Sasquatch stories, and the chat would be all about food and frolic. It would be all about food and other stuff, just something else. So so anyway, I'm wrapping this up. It's been 2 hours and I'm out of things to say right now. Well, I'll have another show like this when we're doing more stuff that we need. Okay, I'll be hope to see
All right.
you on MeWe, and I'm out for now. I
All
will look
right.
and let me know what you're under. You're under Angel Albie or Albie or Dirthy or what are you under there?
Well, I just finally got myself on the site. I mean, on the MeWe.com, the whatMeWe.com site, and I'm trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, well, we'll talk again, and like I said, I'll be streaming again, so we'll see you soon. Okay, I
uh,
love ya. I'm gonna go toodle off and talk to people on these other shows, and sending you lots of love, and um, we'll keep doing what we do. We'll do what we do. Okay, love y'all. This is Ocean Making Waves, and the truth is where you find it. Hope you find some here. Now go out and make some waves of your own. I love you. We'll be in touch. Absolutely. I'll be here. I will be here somehow or other. Well, if the internet and 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 the power holds up. We are in the northwest here of the country, so you know how that's been lately. So as long as the power and the internet hold up, I'll be here at some point. I love you. I'm here for you. Good night.